Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on Valheim. I did promise you a little bit more extensive information on how to get ores, and I'm also going to show you in this video the taming the wolves as well. I've decided that I was going to tame another one just to put up breeding, and they bred like rabbits literally, and I couldn't stop them. I haven't even been back to main base since they started breeding. There were 6 of them within about 2 hours. So it did get kind of out of hand very quickly, and I haven't gone back yet to see them, but I will eventually, after this little run. I just wanted to show you how to get the iron without going through the crypts. Obviously you have to get the wishbone from bone mass in order for that to happen, which is the 3rd boss, which is this boss right here, which I'm right next to, but we've already done it on this server. We only just done it recently though. And the wishbone is, if you can see up into my top left hand corner, my number 3 hotkey spot is the wishbone, and all you need to do is just equip it like this, and it tells you there you can sense hidden objects, and it will start bleeping whenever you are close to something that is buried, i.e. like treasure or ore. You definitely need the ore. You definitely need the wishbone for the silver because it's buried underground. There's no other way to get it. They're not in crypts. But in the swamp, there are 2 ways to get it, which is the crypts, which is your normal regular way, and finding them through the wishbone. So as you can see, my wishbone is going absolutely mental. So if you bring a pickaxe with you, my pickaxe is very, very close to dying right now. But if you bring a pickaxe with you, this is exactly what you're looking for, which is these muddy scrap piles. I've dug one click deep, and it instantly came up. The further away you get from these scrap piles, the duller the blinking is, if that's what you want to call it. So all you need to do is just dig down a little bit further, and there you go, muddy scrap pile. Hopefully I'll get some iron. It's not always guaranteed. So there you go, I got 1 scrap iron from that. And like I said in my previous, 2 scrap iron from that. Like I said in my previous videos, that is not just the surface, so you can always dig down a little bit deeper if you want to, because there will be some underneath. It's like there. So if I hit this bit, it should just go deeper. There's a blob. So we dug down a little bit deeper, and we got the muddy scrap pile extra bits. I don't know if there's any radius for these sort of the ores and stuff. I'm not too sure. I haven't really tested it. All I know is that if you dig down a little tiny bit deeper, you'll eventually find more muddy scrap piles and more iron or copper, whatever you're going for. I will say this though, just be careful, especially in the swamp, because the more you dig, the more the water level will rise because you're next to the sea. And if you accidentally dig down too far, you'll end up swimming, losing your stamina, and if something comes at you, you're gonna die. So there was a little tiny bit there, so I'll get this last bit. So we didn't get nothing from that, but we got 5 from that tiny little treasure hunt wishbone thing. I haven't actually found any crypts where bone mass is. Actually, that's a lie. I've marked one out there, sunken crypt. I just will say you have to be extremely careful in the swamp. I have iron padded iron armor throughout now, so the max armor you can get, with a locked cape as well, so to prevent freezing, because I was going up into the mountain biomes and getting silver, but they just constantly are on you 24/7 in the swamp. There's no let up. If you aggro one, the whole group will come running at you as well, so there's no rest. There's Odin again. Haha. Hi Odin. How you doing, pal? Can you teleport me home, please? So yeah, there is no let up with the enemies. That is an elite blob, and I do not want to go near that. So the water is full of leeches, the grounds are full of draugrs and skeletons, and then the blobs are just do whatever they want basically. Right, so this is what I mean by a sunken crypt. They are very, very easily distinguished because of these green lanterns outside the crypt basically, and they're just constant green. and they never go out. Even in the daylight, they're still glowing like this. And I also just want to add one thing. I missed out one important mob from the swamp area, which is the wraiths, which are the ghosts that just fly around and absolutely cause chaos. I was just chased by one about 5 seconds ago, and I don't really want to fight it. But they are good for the wolf armor because they drop the chains that you need for the wolf armor if you're thinking about getting that sort of armor. But I will say, just do not take it for granted because they do hit hard. But yeah, let's go into the crypt. Okay, so right, when you're in a crypt, this is exactly what it's going to look like. There are going to be mobs spawning left, right and centre. It's very difficult. Blobs are here. Poison resistance potions or mead is the way to go. And also, if you can, get health regenerative mead, which is this one here. So it heals 50 points of damage just over time. I thought it was per second, but it's not. Just because it's very close quarters and the blobs will definitely poison you to death. I've had it many a times with friends and me. So when you're in these crypts, you're going to go to these muddy scrap piles like I showed you outside, and just bang down the doors, get through the doors, and you'll find other rooms, and some of them have treasure chests in, some of them have more mobs. But these are the main objectives of the crypts, is these muddy scrap piles, because they do have the iron, and there's nothing else in here you really want. To get into these crypts, I completely forgot to tell you that you need a swamp key, and that is from the second boss, the Elder. He'll drop that when you kill him. Like, depending on how many people kill him, he will drop it when you kill him. So if you do it solo, just drop one key. Always remember to bring these with you. I just completely forgot mine. So I had to run back and get it, which is a complete pain in the arse. But that is exactly what you need to do to get through each door. Also, if it's, well, I'm not in no rush. There is a blob. But yeah, you definitely need to bring the swamp keys 100%, because you'll never get in without them, like I just did. Now I know you know how to get the iron. I'm going to show you, like I said in the previous video, exactly how I captured the wolves, how I tamed the wolves. Just bring some of your best armour and health potions and your best shield, because you're going to need to, not the tower shields, but you're going to definitely need the round shield because it parries, the tower shields don't. But I'll show you exactly what I mean in a minute. Okay, so those who don't know about wolf taming or taming in general, when you tame your animal, they're going to need food, constant supply of food. Like, whenever you don't see food in there, you need to put food in there, otherwise they'll just go hungry and then they won't breed, or they'll just start whinging, getting agitated. Break out their pens as well. We had that with the boars. I'm just going to show you exactly what happens when you feed them. So like now you can see that it says you can tame them, which makes them follow you, just like that. But it says hungry, so they are hungry, they need food. And to feed wolves, all you need is just raw meat, neck towels, locks, meat, normal meat. Just throw it in there onto the floor like so. And now you can see them all running over. They get these little yellow hearts just to basically say thanks. They do this as well when they are actually taming in the wild. I think I do still have a wolf up in the wild that's currently being tamed or being tamed. It should be tamed by now. It's been like 2 days. But yeah, this is La Besa Granda. But enough about the base. I will go show you the wolf and how to tame the wolf, and then I will show you the base right at the end. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so this is the wolf taming ground, basically. As you can see on the map, this is marked wolf taming, just so I come over here and tame however many wolves I want. I haven't tamed wolves since they all started breeding though. But this is part and parcel of the wolf taming process. None of this is needed, by the way, none of it. We just put it there for decoration. But these are the pens. So this is pen numero uno. There's a wolf over there. And basically, I ain't going to show you exactly how to get the wolf into the pen. Well, I can, but I'll just let it back out again. I don't even think I have wood on me, to be fair. No, I don't. But basically, what you want to do is grab the wolf's attention. So, I'll grab its attention by shooting an arrow there. Right there. Yes, I know I'm freezing game, thank you. So now it's chasing me. I want to run straight into this pen, and if you have a high enough jump skill, you're just going to jump up straight up to your barrier. I took my barrier off, though it was down there, so I could jump and then jump onto here. The wolf will run at your feet, and then you just block it in, and then throw 20 meat in, and then see how it goes. Down here it will tell you the tameness, like how effective the tame was, and how long it's got to go until it's tame again. Well, not tame again, tame, sorry. I'm just like carrying away because I was trying to read. But I'm sure there is a wolf in that pen there, and I'll just go show you now. So basically, when he runs in, you're going to want to block it like that, so just so it stuns, and then you just, well, you're not going to do this obviously, but you're just going to then block it in and then repair it. I've doubled these walls just because I'm cautious like that. But you've got to block it in and then make sure that you can't get out. You want to keep the aggro away from it as well, so go as far away from it as possible without giving it too much space. I've just been going in and out of my home base, which was all the way back there. So there's home and there's the wolf taming. I've been going all the way back there just because they don't need 24/7 looking after. If you give them enough meat, they are just going to be happy and then tame on their own. So you don't exactly need to just babysit them all the time. Same with boars as well. If you've tamed boars already, you just give them food in their pen and they're happy as Larry. So I'm just getting dry because if you go out wet, you'll end up freezing in the mountain, and I just can't deal with it. So I'll try. It's raining anyway, so it doesn't matter. This one should be in here because I haven't broken anything. So there he is. The wolf isn't tame at all. I don't understand how it's not tame. But as you can see, it's 76% tamed. It's frightened now. But if you sneak up on them, you can see that they are acclimatizing, which means that they are basically getting used to their surroundings. Still has food in there too. It's a bit weird, really. Just goes to show that no one's on this server a lot. Everyone's like ditched. But yeah, so that was 78%. If you just stick around on the game, it just generally goes up. It takes about 2-3 days, like in-game days, for it to be 100%, and that depends on the wolf really. The first wolf I tamed was very quick. The second one was not quick at all, and then, well, because the second one was in that pen, I tamed another one to see how fast it would go, and then the second one just randomly started to tame. And now this one's stuck. So I don't know whether it's a certain period of time that they just stick for a while and then they tame. But I wouldn't worry too much if it says like 76%. Especially if there's 2 of you or so that are doing this, if you've got a little group. But then I would say that depending on how many people are on the server, the difficulty goes up anyway, so you're probably better off doing it on your own. But yeah, you just throw food in and then just leave him alone. Like he's not scratching the wall anymore, so that's what you want. I haven't repaired it because I don't really need the wolf. I won't let it out, but I don't really need it either. But yeah, that's basically it for taming wolves. I'll just show you a quick little rerun as well. You obviously want the workbench just so you can go around and tidy up the walls. That's why I have that up there as well, so you can stand there and just tap the walls. Because the last thing you want is it to be 99% tamed and then the wall break and then just run off, because that'd be a pain in the arse. But yeah, that's it for taming wolves. If there's any questions or anything like that you'd want to ask, just put it down in the comments below. I will say this last thing for the wolf taming though: if you're going to be building next to the mountain area, just be careful of the events that happen, like the surprise events. If you've built on a black forest or anything like that, you know that the trolls can sometimes come and smack up the base. The exact same is for the mountain, but instead it's the drakes, like the dragon, the freeze dragons. And although they're not as hard as the trolls to kill, they do hit a lot faster. And I think I killed about 10 of them before the event was over. So there is a lot, and especially if it is for someone who is under-geared and wants to get a wolf straight away. Don't get me wrong, the wolves are great to tame and they're great companions when you're out and about, because they can just run off and gather food for you. Obviously you got to watch where they go because they don't pick it up, but they'll go off and kill a deer and you can just go over there and pick up the deer stuff or the boar stuff. They'll also defend you from greylings or grey dwarfs. If you're thinking about doing it for trolls or going to the Black Forest, I would seriously say be careful. Unless you've got a 2-star wolf, it might die straight first hit because they're not exactly dodge and weaving type of wolves. They just go straight in. The first wolf I had was actually quite dim, and got half health taken away by just a boar alone because it was just not attacking for some reason. And then I just had to kill the boar and give it some food. As long as you give it food, then the health will go back up, but it won't eat unless it's like staying in place. You command it to stay. It won't eat while following you unless it goes out for the kill. You'll see it just like eat something. But obviously if it's low, you just want to tell it to stay and then throw a little bit of meat at its feet until it eats and then carry on going. But yeah, I would say just get 2 before you do anything like that in case you do lose the first one, because they are renowned for just wandering off on their own, and it can be a bit of a pain in the arse sometimes. So one last thing before I show you the base, also for the wolf taming, I am pretty certain they only breed to a certain size of the enclosure that you've got them in. These wolves bred fairly quickly when I put 2 in. They popped out 4 pups in about 15 minutes, so yeah, it's pretty quick. But now they've just completely stopped breeding at all, and I think that is due to the amount of size that they have in there. Obviously if you had about 100 wolves in there, I think your game would end up crashing. So it's quite cool that you can build a bigger pen for the how many wolves you want. But for now, I think 6 or 5, I think 6 that you got. 6 will do us if we take just one out at a time, or I might just take all 6. But yeah, that is it for the wolf taming. Also, just beware about them glitching and stuff, because they can just glitch outside the walls, and if you have balls like we do right next to, they will be eaten. All the walls will come down and all your balls will be out. So yeah, they can be quite a pain in the bum. But now on to, I wanted to show you our base that we've built over the past 2 weeks. It's gone through 3 different changes, 3 different expansions, from obviously wood to stone, and then we've expanded out for the farms. So this is our little farming area here, which is right down the bottom corner of our base. We have like a little farming shed there, and then we have our carrots and turnips. We also have our bees over there, wolves and boars are there, our little wind turbine that does the barley there. I'll show you that in a minute. This is up here is my most favourite part of the base, is our portal room. So these are all the portals we have up. We have a couple more, but we didn't just put them in because they're not like portals to any specific good place. So we've got plains area, swamps. On this side is all the bosses. We have all the bosses marked out. We haven't done them yet though. So we've done elders there. You all know that the deer, I can't remember his name, is there. Bone mass is up there. Modder is there, and Yagluf is there. So they're quite close. They're just really far away. It's entirely dependent on your seed, I suppose, how far away they each spawn. Bone mass took me about 2 hours by ship to get to. It was a pain in the bum. This is our black metal furnaces. There was only one yesterday. There was one yesterday, now there's 3. So this just goes to show how quickly this base evolves. So we've got 3 there. So it's the outside furnaces, and then in here we have the workshop, which we have the coals and the ores. We've got some ores there, unrefined, and this is what I just picked up with you guys. We put them in, and then they just fall down to the bottom gully, so we just pick them up and put them in their refined ore spaces. Up here we've got the stone car, we have the artisan table, we have the spinning wheel, and just the normal workbench, which I actually need to use because I repaired my gear. And then down here we have the forge. So the game gets so laggy sometimes because of the amount we've got in here. So this is the forge, and then we have like little material cases, and these are the ores that we have up here. So once you've refined the ores and put them in the smelters, they drop down into these little compartments, so you can just run along and then put them into their little ore spaces. The ideas that are like the guys come up with are insane. The portal idea was my idea, which I'm very glad to have happened. Currently our leader is building a gladiator ring, just for PvP fun, I suppose, which is way off in the distance, which is, I think, here, or a little bit further. Yeah, maybe back there, I think. Yeah, I can't show you that yet because it's not finished. This is where he planted a little grove garden, and then this here, this was the original wall that we built to. All of that is brand new, expanded. So this is the original inside. This was not there. This was not there. Well, no, that was there. That was the original sleeping quarters. Now that is the sleeping quarters, just to show how like many people joined the server. A little armory that we have here, which have the different types of weapons and stuff. And then we have the resources storage, which is manic to say the least, and I'm not going in there because there's too much to show. Sleeping quarters was not my idea, and it was our leaders, and it looks absolutely fantastic. This is my bed right here. I've got all my gear, but only because the armouring is upgraded and we haven't actually upgraded it yet. So I've got like most of my armours throughout the stages in my storage. Anyone can use them. I allow anyone to use my stuff as long as they don't like lose it. But if they do lose it, I'll just go pick it up. And then this is our kitchen. As you can see, we've got the cauldrons out here. This is where the legs go because of the fire. We've got all the different types of meats and the berries, and then we can put them here into jams. So jams are there. And then the fermenters for the mead are all up the top. And then we put our finished meats in there. We've also got a docks down the bottom, but that's quite pointless to show you just because it is just a docks and it's just got a one pier on, or jetty, depending on where you're from. But yeah, that's basically it. That's the base. That's how you survive in the swamp, and that's how you wolf tame. If you do like these videos, please make sure to leave a like if you could. That would be very, very appreciated, and I'd love you forever. Also, if you can, just subscribe, just because Valheim is my most favourite game at the moment, and the roadmap for this game has come out, and I'm really excited to what they can do in the future. So definitely expect some more future videos. I've still got a ton more videos to make on this. I've still got to go to the silver ore and show you guys how to get that. And also I might do a little, just a video on the last two bosses, just because they're the harder ones. But yeah, I hope you do enjoy this video. Please make sure to leave a like. And yeah, I will see you later. Bye-bye.